Hey y'all, welcome back to Mark McMorris Infinite Air. I'm Encetic, with me again is just Turo.
Hello.
In this video, it's part 4, so we're headed to tier 4 of circuit mode. But with another rider, Ulrich, that we got last time.
Bodertscher, I guess.
I know they've all got descriptions, I don't hang on them long enough to... This set's better than the previous set, I think. Yeah, mainly because it's got two of those sort of slope style, just like they get to the end. Underpass and overpass, you'll actually see a sick-ass jump on overpass. So I was thinking, and I did think of another thing to like kind of bring up about this game, and maybe as a sort of what if. So you saw, if you watched through the tutorials, you saw a static image of kind of how the pre-winding intensity works, where, you know, across 1 second of pre-winding, it's sort of a linear, you know, curved line of giving you more juice, and then you hit that 1 second, and if you're still holding it, basically drops to like a flat 20%. You saw that as a linear, you saw that as like a picture. But again, looking at like developer videos of like around when this game came out, and it's like, hi, this is so-and-so from HB Studios, and here's how to, you know, do the best off-axis stuff in Mark McMorris. I saw one video where they were talking about that, but then had that sort of picture, that sort of graph, but it would fill up as they, you know, pre-wound, like basically follow what they did. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, I wish that was in the game.
I wish that was a UI element instead of just like a graphic in a video.
Yeah, because like, even though it is linear, you know, so it should be like, okay, you know, I've held for half a second, I have half the intensity or whatever. Again, we've talked and you've seen just how, you know, that like holding for half a second, holding for 0.5 seconds versus holding and releasing for 0.6 seconds can have major effects on what you do, you know, per jump. Like, do you do it well so that you come back around and can land pretty easily, or are you gonna have a pretty hard time kind of no matter what? That's again something where like every jump sort of gives you different behavior, you know, especially with how granular it seems that you know, holding for different amounts of time can put you either just over the edge or not in terms of being successful. So yeah, I wish that was like a UI element.
And another thing that I remember from playing this game, and is pretty clear from watching, is that the animation of your snowboarder winding up does not follow that linear curve. They definitely hold at a position, like you saw right there, they held at maximum wind up for like a few, like half a second. So it's like, is it a linear curve? Are they holding it for a little bit? Something
it's
isn't
kind of
lining
weird
up.
now that I think about it, because the developers also definitely said that, and you can see this as well, like if you are pre-winding and you reach that full second and you're still pre-winding and then you get to that like really low amount, your character's animation does change. It sort of goes back, and they mentioned that as like you can use your character to see your sort of wind up, your pre-wind,
see what level of wind up you have.
I don't think nice Z fighting or whatever. Is it really Z fighting if it's on a vertical plane? That's more like a Y fighting or whatever.
I think Z fighting is just what they call it.
Yeah, but I don't think the whole pre-winding thing of like your character does their animation quickly and then holds it for a bit, I don't think that's wrong. I also don't want to call you wrong, but like I never got the thought that it was supposed to be where they slowly change their pose across the whole second.
And you know what? I've never really thought about it in depth before, but why even have that mechanic in there? Why have
because they don't have any other UI element for how much your spin flip is.
No, I mean, like, why even have it so that if you can overcook your pre-wind at all? Like,
because they don't want people just like pre-winding for a while going up to a jump.
I don't put a cap on your spin speed or something. I don't know.
They want you
weird.
to time it right. You know, they want you to again get in that perfect timing, perfect rhythm. Da da da.
Yeah, I guess. And again, that was not a 720.
Yeah, that was like a 1440 again eye test.
And then again, you'll do like what looks like a double cork 1080, and it'll give you like a 2520 spin.
Yeah.
Double cab double cork 1440. I forgot that there was even faking in this game.
Anytime they want you to do a specific trick, that can be some of the hardest challenges.
Yeah.
Especially here, I actually feel like since this guy rides goofy stance, I can't remember all the explanation, but I was like not able to do a cab because it kept turning into like a McTwist or a crippler.
Oh.
In a way where I was like, this was not happening when I was riding regular. Because a cab in this game is, you have to be then switch and do a front side spin. It's a switch front side spin is a cab. You'll see. Oh, that was an alley-oop. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that was like a rodeo. I don't even fucking... Yeah, that's the kind of... I am getting more confused playing this game than before on what is a cork, what is a rodeo, what is a misty. Like, I am actually getting more confused between all of those now. I have less of an understanding of what each one of those is in real life and what separates them.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, it's...
Because you only have so many axes you can input with a game controller.
Right. It's almost like I kind of need to pull from other video games. Like, okay, from SSX, you know, where that didn't really have off-axis, it just had literal flipping and spinning, and that led to rodeos and misties versus, again, like Amped or so, where you could go diagonal and do some spinning stuff there, and those were corks. Like, I don't know. Genuinely, I've got more confused after playing this game on what these types of things actually are in the real world.
Funnily enough, now that I think about it, off the top of my head, one of the games that handled that best was Sean Palmer. With the way they did flips in that games. Because it was just sort of like Tony Hawk mechanics. So it was like you just press
it was like
two
button
directions.
combinations to...
Yeah.
You know, like, you could just, you know, spin yourself with the, you know, L1, R1 or so, but to do, like, a rodeo or whatever, you would hit, like, up, square.
Yeah. I'll forever... Backside Rodeo 900 was left down square. I will forever have that permanently scratched.
Yeah,
in my
like, they
brain.
tied flipping and off-axis and whatever. And, like, the animation in that game, I guess,
They were all
remember... Did it make sense compared to if you did a cork?
I mean, they were all canned
like
animations.
A crash recourse of footage. Can anyone help me out? It was like that guy when I talked about in the Skate series how I my brains just couldn't understand ollies. He was like, "Oh, I'm a skateboarder. Be on this. I'll help you out." Like, is there a snowboard enthusiast here who can be like, "Oh yeah, watch this video," and they'll show, you know, all the different examples and whatever. Because another thing, okay, while we're just talking about random shit, this game does... Okay, we've talked about how this game does flips and such, but, like, you might have noticed this game has it where, you know, front flip and back flip. What every other game calls front flip and back flip, this game calls Tame Dogs and Wildcats. And what every other game calls a barrel roll, that's a front flip, back flip. And I get it. You're riding sideways, and so literally flipping in a way that feels like a front flip would be flipping, you know, sideways, horizontally compared to the camera here. And like, you know, instead of flipping towards your... Hold on, let me redo this. Instead of flipping towards your momentum, where you are going, which again, every other game would call a front flip, but your body's doing a cartwheel. And it's just like, was this necessary? Because even, like, Mark McMorris himself in the tutorials, and also a few of the trick descriptors in this game, don't line up in terms of what set is called a front and back flip.
Yeah.
Like, was it necessary? I've never heard in any other game, Tame Dog Wildcat.
I know those terms do exist. I have seen them in snowboarding, like real snowboarding videos. Like, they are things. But it's, one, not really something you see off of like a big jump, like even like that size. It's more normally something you see off of like small features. And secondly, when you, well, first of all, it's minor tangent, 0.1, 0.5, like even in like shredders in the snowboard game, if you just do a backflip, like you would in this game, they just call it a backflip. Like, they don't call it a Tame Dog or Wildcat.
Yeah, I remember shredders just did barrel roll.
Yeah, and a barrel roll was what was a backflip in this game.
Right.
Yeah, and
this game is the weird one.
Yeah, but I know in like real life, the difference is that when you do a backflip, you turn 90 degrees so that you are flipping over your back.
Like in SSX again, whenever you do a backflip without any grab or whatever, your character turns 90 degrees.
Turns that little bit so that they're flipping that way over their back. Whereas
that's kind of weird that like you do that with backflips, but front flips you've never seen that for front flips.
True. I mean, I guess that's just the way the human body backflips.
Yeah. I mean, I trust the people who put their lives on the line to do sick tricks and get fucking ripped more than me, who only does it virtually.
God bless our snowboarders.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're recording this after Memorial Day, but it was still close enough.
Wait, was Memorial Day earlier this week or next week? I don't know.
Yes, Memorial Day is always in May.
Oh.
But either way, this Independence Day I will also celebrate.
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Snowboarding, yeah.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, veterans of snowboarding.
Yeah.
But damn, I gotta say, this jump is actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
And you're actually going over the previous course you saw. The underpass course. In this course, overpass, you're jumping over part of the underpass.
That is the titular overpass of overpass fame.
Yeah. After enough cars just drove straight off it because there's no bridge or whatever, they decided to build a ramp so you actually could get to the other side.
You just like that. Like, that's not meant for snowboarders. It's like that fucking thing in SSX on tour. This is I've been getting that video recommended to me recently of the greatest automatic save point of all time. In
I have no idea
Black
what you're
Mesa,
talking about.
Where it automatically saved for him right as he was getting shot. No, he was in midair, and like as soon as he landed, every time he would like lose 60 points of health from fall damage. That's what that made me think of. It set your automatic reset point to inside of a tree.
Yeah, because I mean, you wipe out as like pretty much as soon as you touch a rock or whatever.
Yeah, but that's realistic.
Okay, let's have some fun. This backcountry is actually pretty good. I like this because it's gonna take you through like a million half pipes and actually give you a lot of time, to
like session through them.
Yeah,
No
versus
thoughts,
Danny
spin.
Davis or whatever.
Danny McBride.
That's probably who I was thinking of. Yeah, because I saw this and I was like, haven't I heard of this guy or seen this guy before? But again, I don't know.
Danny McBride sounds like a reliever for the Washington Nationals. As in that
very specific.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I have nowhere I was going with that. But I do remember this level. Because, you get these half pipes that you hit with a lot of speed. You're not really meant to session them. But you're supposed to just sort of hit them on one side as fast as possible and get
hit them, get up in the air. The game will slowly kind of auto-rotate you to be perpendicular with the ground again. Or
will say, this game really does love giving you big air. That was cool.
Yeah, and so half-pipes are mostly cool, except that, like, if you jump at the very rim, you're going to hit the rim on the way back down. And so, like, notice even the AI jumps, like, 70% up the half-pipe. And that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to have issues with that happening, and then since one of the challenges is be this without inversions, and you just accidentally did a flip, and you're like, whatever, I don't care, you just have to do it again.
Yeah. Go back, Jack, and do it again.
Yeah.
Snowboarder turning round and round.
Whoa. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back.
No more.
Uh-huh. Snowboard on out of here, bitch.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
I forget, this is the part of the game where the challenges definitely start becoming longer.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like and then once in a blue moon, you almost treat a half-pipe like a loop. I don't know.
Yeah. But I remember when Bob was talking about, like, do the levels in this game get longer? I was trying to explain that. Yes,
some of them
yes,
do.
they very much do.
I actually kind of like these longer levels because, again, the shorter levels
you don't get the time to build up your multiplier.
Insane point requirements when it really doesn't feel like they're supposed to be insane. But here it's like very doable, even if you're not great.
Yeah, and I mean, like, at that point, at the end of that run, you had a 3 times multiplier, and you were pretty close to 4.
Yeah.
Next up, Celia Norrell.
Yeah, so we got Danny, and it's actually kind of interesting to play. I gotta say, when I first booted up this game, and I saw that everyone is wearing, like, covering their face completely, mask and face mask, and, like, you can't not have a face mask, you have to have one. I was just like, oh, like, that told me more about how the game was going to be like than the fact it was made in Unity, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Shredders, that set a standard of quality with everyone having complete face coverings and not having to make face animations, and this game followed that perfectly.
Yeah.
Like,
at least
that
they lampshaded it in Shredders.
Something. Yeah. But all right. Part 4. We're actually already 2/3 of the way through Mark McMorris. Because, again, pretty much just doing the circuit. And that's it. So, next time we're going to Part 5. See you then.